Oh, it's raining! Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Starfox Adventures. Following on from the, let's be honest, frankly disastrous last episode, where I completely screwed up even the commentary recording, and wasn't particularly good on the gameplay either. That should be fixed now. I shall notice I'm sounding all crisp and wonderful because I know exactly what caused the problem last time, and I'm not stupid enough to do it again. This episode, though, we're doing some kind of cleanup stuff. Essentially, there's various collectibles that I've missed out on while I've been going around, which are fuel cells, and you may remember that weird little well in the middle of the Thorntail store. There's a number of things there. There's a number of those around the place which give you, well, you'll see soon enough. But that's 4 fuel cells right there. Haha. I'm gathering them all now because essentially, once I drop the spellstone off, we go to the final dungeon world, then we come back, and then we don't need fuel cells anymore because we've gone to the final dungeon world. So it kind of makes no sense. It makes more sense for me to gather fuel cells now when I actually need them. Obviously, I'm just kind of showing you this so you know anyway. But I do need to gather a few anyway, so I might as well gather? That's a hammer that lore people use. Gather all of them while I'm here. So I'll probably be cutting around this episode quite a lot because I'm going to be travelling around the majority of Dinosaur Planet to get these things, so I'm using bomb spores for the first time in ages. That's a lie, I used them like 2 episodes ago in Walled City, but anyway. So there's the 4 there that we got to under the waterfall. Then from here, there's another 3 in here, I want to say. Yeah, there's 3 in here. And also some scarabs. We'll need a lot of scarabs for what I'm planning. Ooh, what's that? 5? That's a nice little 5 scarab thing. Oh, no, don't want to fall off yet, because if we go up here, there are 2 more. And that about wraps it up for Dinosaur Planet? No, that wraps it up for Thorntail Hollow. Oh, Thorntail Hollow looks so pretty in the rain. Look at that. That looks just like my outro sequence, except for it's a slightly different angle and there's that thing there. Anyway, yeah, that's the gates to Walled City, in case you've forgotten, because that was only like actually 3 episodes ago. It's been a while for me. I've had to get back into recording because that last episode made me sad. Hopefully you struggled through it, but if you didn't and you've skipped straight to this one, I don't blame you. It was painful to watch and painful to listen to. But yeah, it was still raining. Did anyone else notice that? It was raining through the roof. I was too busy talking, so I kind of noticed it until it was already didn't notice it until it was already gone. But if we go up to this well and press A on it,
throw me 20 scarabs and I'll give you a cheat token.
Throw 20 scarabs and it'll give us a cheat token. So let's do that. And this is a cheat token. Take it to the maze. Remember the warp stone? You can go inside his ass. That's what you do down there. There are 8 of these around the world in total, and I will be gathering them all. Well, no, I'll be gathering 6 of the 8 this episode and next episode, however long this gathering thing takes. The other 2 I naturally come across kind of before the end of the LP. Like, basically, there's one the next time I go back to the volcano, and there's one the next time we go back to the Ocean Force Point Temple. So I'll kind of come across them naturally, as I will do with the fuel cells there, which I won't be gathering fuel cells at those 2. But that's it for Thorntail Hollow, so I will see you guys in Ice Mountain, where we haven't been for ages, for the next one. So, in Ice Mountain there's 2 fuel cells that we're missing. The first one is over here. I'm going to have the fuel cell counter on for most of this episode, so this one's right hidden in the back room there, so we kind of understandably missed that earlier. I gathered one of the ones in there just before I did the Sharp Claw race thing, but the other one is through here, and there's also a cheat token through here that we have to just blast through this thing with a bomb spore. That took longer to grow than I thought. Again, I had one of those weird, awkward pauses in conversation. Anyway, yep, there's just one here, and that's how you know when you've got all the fuel cells in an area, the fuel cell compass will just go to scanning like that.
20 scarabs.
I'll give you a cheat token. He has a really creepy voice. So let's throw him 20 scarabs, and we get our second cheat token. I'm going to deliver them all to the maze right at the end of the game, kind of all at the same time, and then I'll go through what they do then, because none of them have any useful effects, and to be honest, I can't remember which version of this game I have, because some of them do different versions, different things on PAL versions and NTSC versions. Sometimes they're just random variation between games and things that they unlock. It's weird, so I'll talk about that more when I get to it. Now, can I use the speeder to get down to Snowhorn Wastes? Oh, cool, I can! See you down there. So, it turns out if you do the speeder challenge again, if you complete it, Fox just does a bit of a victory dance and then you're taken straight back to the top of Ice Mountain again. So I've had to walk here manually, but fortunately for you, I've cut that out. And there are some fuel cells right over here. To the bottom left, apparently, according to the fuel cell indicator. If you don't recognise where we are, this is right where we are back when we first met Tricky in the Snowhorn Wastes, where there was a guy who had a very West Country accent saying, "I'm too hungry to talk to strangers," and if you look over there, sure enough, there's fuel cells. But you need to manoeuvre this block in order to get there. Words. No, yeah, so I skipped this out of the time. This is the first one where I said I will come back to those later, but it was just kind of slightly out of the way. That I kind of didn't want to interrupt the flow of the early game, because at that point you didn't really have any idea what fuel cells were either. So, but there's 1 and 2, and now the next one's miles away, so I will see you there. Right, we're here at the top of this section, towards the end of Snowhorn Wastes, and if you remember oh good god, go away. Remember back in one of the earlier episodes, I flicked this switch, and couldn't work out what it did. The fuel cell indicator, though, could work out what it did. What it did is, if we come over here, it raised this platform here, which wasn't there before, allowing us to access these 2 fuel cells. Another 2 for the collection. Now this one's not easy to spot. We're back down in this area, and if you see next to this torch here, there's a little crack in the wall, which we can get Tricky to find secret through. You've seen this fuel cell before, and I pointed out that I couldn't remember how to get to it, but I since can. It was when we were saving Garundate, the first gatekeeper. When you kind of go into the little prison where he was being held, you could see through some bars this fuel cell, which we could see through there. That was the prison in which Garunda was being held. That one confused me for ages the first couple of times I played this game, because this like little crawly hole is really easy to miss. So that's that one. Now, up at Garundate, there's a number of things we can do. Firstly, if we follow the river down, essentially... nope, I lied there. What we can do first is, if we shoot this hole, a tree falls over. Not entirely sure why that happens, but it certainly does happen. But what we can do now is, if we follow the river down, there should be little ice flows you can float on, but otherwise you can pretty much swim. It'll hurt, but we've got enough foxes that we can take the beating now. Because, you know, the whole freezing water thing. And when we get to the bottom here, we will find not fuel cells. Or will we find fuel cells? We will find fuel cells, actually, but the main thing I was coming down here for was our 3rd cheat token. I'll give you a cheat token. I love his voice, he sounds so sinister, it's fantastic. Burp. You collect a cheat token, take it to the maze. Oh my god, it has to do the whole thing. And then if we go down here, we will find a fuel cell. Or not, or we will find it but not collect it. Walking back up along the river, you will see a fuel cell. Grab it! We can also, if we go in here, I believe there may or may not be a fuel cell. If we shoot this. The other 2 up here, I knew they were up there. I'd just forgotten, because I'm going to have to go back there now, aren't I? I should have just waited and got all 3 at the same time. I will speed up a little. And 1, and 2. So technically 3. Can I get out here? Please tell me I can get out here. I can get out here. While we're here, might as well do the final one that's just over here, because this was the reason we felled this tree earlier, is that if we cross it, and then there is a wall, and if we climb that wall, we will find another 2 fuel cells at the top. The fuel cell compass is now scanning! Yay! Which means there's another bumper dad we can't get, because I still haven't died, haha! And that is it for Snowhorn Wastes. So I will see you next in Moon Mountain Pass. Oh, and by the way, I lied. There's actually another 2 we can get in Snowhorn Wastes, we just can't get it yet, so I will come back to that later when we are here for another purpose, which will be pretty soon anyway. Now I really will see you at Moon Mountain Pass. Now we're at this bit just outside the Krazoa Shrine at Moon Mountain Pass, and Tricky's saying there's something near, and he is right. That there's... I think I did point this out when I was back here back when we got this Crusoe Spirit originally. But... oh god, go away, go away, go away. Yeah. There is a moonseed patch here. And as you can see, the fuel cell indicator is going wild. So where the frick are my fuel cells? They're here. I was kind of looking for flame first and then realised I need to bloody plant the moonseed first. I'm running kind of low on health. That's worrying. I should probably heal, because I'm still not died yet in this Let's Play, despite the embarrassment last episode with the King Red-Eye fiasco, that little snafu. I love the word snafu. But, yeah, despite that, still not actually died yet, so I'm going to try and hope out. Hope out? Hold out hope that I will not die on the entire episode. But yeah, up here, not only is there a fuel cell, which is not in this basket, there's some scarabs in this basket, and there's a fuel cell there, and then there's a Gamewell token thing. And that's all of them in Mount Moon. Mount Moon? Moon Mountain Pass. There's only one that we hadn't got in there. We got the rest while we were in there originally. So, yay. That's Moon Mountain Pass now finished up with. Next, we head off to Lightfoot Village, where there's a load, because there's a load of stuff I skipped out last time because I was in too much of a bad mood because of the test of... not the test of fear, even the Musclefoot test. So, yeah. This time, I will see you at Lightfoot Village. I admit I had momentarily forgotten about that cutscene, but that is important, as you can imagine. Because that shows us the way to get back into Lightfoot Village. Because as you will have noticed when we left it a few episodes ago, it's locked. But for now, what we can do is get some. There's a couple of fuel cells outside here, so I'm going to get them. Or I'm not, because I think I might actually be on the wrong side for it. There's a Bamford ad up here, and yeah, look at that. I'm on the wrong side. I'll have to do that leap across. I jump through the top of the trees like the Lightfoots did. No, no, dun 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 sequence. Oh no, there's actually just a bridge across the top. That's much less fun. Oh no, I do have to make this jump by the looks of it. Cannonball! We're all good. We're all good. And I get 5 scarabs. No, 10 scarabs. So that's 1 and 2 out here. So compass is scanning. So, you saw what that light bulb? Lightfoot did, which was he hit that one. Then he hit this one. And ignoring the sharp claw, he then hit that one, which opens the gate! Yay! We can now get back into Lightfoot Village. How exciting. This is what we really wanted, isn't it? Return to Lightfoot Village, my nemesis. Right, so there is some stuff we can do here. Firstly, the closest thing that this game actually really has to a side quest. You may or may not recall that when we first did this area, I said kind of, oh, it's weird at first, the huts are empty, but later on they become populated. Once you've completed both the Lightfoot tests, this is the wrong one, I don't even know why I'm showing you this one, but look, it's got 2 fuel cells in it. I was just kind of following the indicator, forgetting that I couldn't actually get up there yet. But yes, now we've completed the Lightfoot tests, there are Lightfoots in the village now. It's the only real time we just see kind of casual Lightfoots around. I guess they were scared of you at first or something like that. But essentially, there are 3 of them. They will give you 3 little quests, which unlock shit, mostly, but I'm going to do it anyway. Mostly because the Lightfoots have hilarious voices. Listen.
My babies like to climb trees. Find all 3 and I'll reward you.
Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But yeah, that's one of them. So his babies like... or her babies are? No. I kind of couldn't tell the accent. So their babies like to climb trees. That wasn't the one I thought it was, but let's go and do this anyway. So, if we come out here... oh look! There's trees! Let's kill this sharp claw first to get him out of the way, because it makes hunting for babies a lot more difficult if he's being there. Now, this is pretty much random. You just kind of have to go around hitting the trees, and occasionally that happens! A baby dinosaur falls out of it. There are 3 of them, as there are 3 of each of the kind of baby quests. There are 3 Lightfoots in the village generally, which will each give you a quest of finding their 3 babies. Oh, there's a second one in there. Awesome. I think if you look up, you can actually see them, but it's kind of more fun to just go around blindly beating up trees, isn't it? Kerthwack. Nope. Kerthwack. Nope. No, I'm just gonna have a look the old-fashioned way. See any Lightfoots? I don't see any Lightfoots. Nope. Interesting. Maybe you can't see them. Let's try anyway, just hit. Nope. Okay. Nothing. Come on. Hey, we got the last fucker. Down you get, son. And so they return to their mother, which we're also going to do. Now, if we speak to her again, her babies are back safely.
Thank you for saving my babies. Here is your reward.
She opens the house that for some reason has fuel cells in it. I guess she kept them there for safekeeping or some equally bullshit reason. But I can't get over how ridiculous the voice actors of the Lightfoots are. Like, with any voice acting, I like to play a fun game, which is imagine the recording, which is basically, so they speak like, thank you for saving my babies. At some point, someone sat down in a studio, kind of in front of a microphone, probably a professional voice, well, not very professional by the sounds of it, but a voice actor definitely sat down in front of a kind of microphone and went, okay, on 3, okay, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for saving my babies! Which is ridiculous, quite frankly. But yeah, there are 2 more Lightfoot. I don't want to call them Lightfoot tests. They can more have Lightfoot quests that we can do in order to get fuel cells and various other things. But for now, if we take the rocket pad up here, we can get some fuel cells without having to save anyone's babies. If we backtrack along here to behind where the Jive Turkey lived, we will find a single fuel cell. I think it's just one. I assume it's just one. Yeah, it's just one. Kerplunk, you're mine. And now, back to Lightfoot questing. Right, there's just 2 houses over to the edge here, which are right next to each other, so I'm just going to talk to both of the mothers/fathers. You know, I'm just going to call them parents, just asexual parents.
Look out for my 3 babies. I think they're in the forest.
She thinks they're in the forest, which is where we just were. So I probably should have done them while I was up there, and that would have been way more efficient. But then if we talk to the final Lightfoot, he or she says... Oh, no, to hit him, just talk to him.
My babies, they are so naughty. They like to play in the ground.
Definitely the creepiest voice acting of all 3 of the Lightfoots, and that's saying something. My babies are so naughty, they like to play underground. Like, it's impossible to even do a caricature of that accent because it's so ridiculous anyway. But if we come up to where we just were... Ah, Laughing Bird, you can fuck yourself. Overly violent response, aggressive response, I know, but I'm okay with it. If we come up here, we get to play a game of Chase the Babies, which sounds creepy, but isn't. Warmth. Because the babies are not up here. Interesting. Oh, no, they are up here. And weirdly enough, there is this glowing blue portal, which is what we have to chase them into. They just run away if they see you, and you just have to scare them toward the portal, where upon touching it, they promptly disappear, and somehow then, we assume, reappear back at their mother's hut thing. The huts look surprisingly actually well constructed to say they're just kind of built by Chicken Man. That's both of them done. And then the final one, the hint we given was, my babies are so naughty, they like it to play underground. And so there's only one underground area in the entire village, which is here. And this one's much easier. Again, we have a portal to chase the Lightfoots to, but this area around the top is just a circle. So we just run round the circle, gathering all 3 up. Oh no, you've changed direction, you little whore. Oh, I'm all about the kind of randomly aggressive swearing today. No, oh god, go back then, you bugger. Ah! Nah! It's irritating. God, this is supposed to be really easy. Come on. Come on. They make some bloody weird noises as well, these Lightfoots. Don't run that way, you No! Oh, no! No! Oh, I'm gonna speed this up, you know. Jesus, that took forever. I can see why I sped through that. Right, I'm going to go return to the mothers, so I shall see you there. Oh my god, there's a Laughing Bird sitting there tormenting me. Go away! Oh, got it. Escaped.
Thank you for saving my babies. Here is your reward.
Okay, so the one in the forest, so you know, I didn't tell you at the time because I thought it'd be good to do it anyway, but is the most pointless reward. It will get you 3 crates by the central totem pole, which have health in them. They're just normal crates, nothing exciting at all, completely pointless side quest. But I did it anyway, whereas this one somehow magically makes a boost pad appear. Interesting tactic, but that one actually is useful, because now what we can do is this allows us access to a number of things. I can't tell if that really squeaky high voice I did there was deliberate or not. It kind of sounded a bit weird, but that boost pad is here, which allows us to kind of get onto the inner walls of it, the inside of the outer walls. And if we follow this along, surprise, surprise, we'll get to a fuel cell. But there's something else up here as well. There is... I'm not where I thought it was. Give me a second. It's coming, it's coming. There is... Oh, well.
20 scarabs, and I'll give you a cheat token.
Which gives us our fifth cheat token. Fifth cheat token. That's hard to say quickly without spitting all over the microphone. And I've had enough microphone problems already. See, I wish I could just have it there rather than him have to then do the Getty animation. He does that animation way too much. They could have cut it almost entirely from the game and no one would have missed it. And then if we just follow the indicator across, though we should be able to see it, here is the final fuel cell in Lightfoot Village. So now there's 2 more fuel cells I want to get this episode, and then we've got all the ones we can get right now, which is awesome. Firefly? What the dickens are you doing here? That's not right. Oh well, I don't care. What I was going to say is, we've got all the ones we can get at this point in the game, and we'll just get the other ones and the other cheat tokens as we go along. So the final place we need to go to is Cape Claw. So I will see you there. Now, there are a few things more that we can do in Cape Claw, which are technically supposed to be done when you come back here with the 4th and final spellstone to do the Ocean Force Point Temple, but I'm going to do them now. Because there's more of advantage to doing them now. Like I mentioned with the fuel cells, there's 2 in here. The fuel cells, it's nice to have them now, because otherwise if we get them after the 4th dungeon world, there's no point in them. So those 2 are just sitting here in the gas chamber. Interesting facts, though. They will not be there until you've beaten Cloud Runner Fortress, so you cannot possibly get them, because you'd think they would be difficult to miss the first time, and you would be right. So you physically cannot get them the first time you come here. But now we can do a couple of other useful things here, because if we go through here, what we now have is the portal device, which can open this. And because, of course, we're not supposed to come here with the portal device until we've need to come here again, but if we do come here again, which we have done, grammar, and there are some extra things we can do, mostly involving the Sharp Claw Cannon. So, number 1 target is there. Didn't hit it on the first shot. Of course I didn't hit it on the first shot. That'll be remarkable. They'll hit it on the second, so that's pretty good. And then our second target is there. No, that definitely wasn't powerful enough. Oh, yes, that'll do. That was very quick and effective, which is good. I'm not normally good with sharp claw cannons, though actually, weirdly enough, they're the only thing so far I've ever encountered that I seem to do better on recording, which is awesome, actually. This is going to be a slightly longer episode. I've just realised that now, because I'm at like 22 minutes. I don't know how much I'll cut this down or speed it up, but it might have been a bit of a longer episode, so if it has, apologies, because it'll be the longest episode in the series, and the one in which I do the least, in terms of like actually getting on with the plots. But also, I kind of really don't want to devote 2 episodes to just gathering fuel cells and cheat tokens. If I can just get out of the way in 1 episode, that hasn't been that bad. It's been quite good fun, actually, just going around and gathering everything. It's nice to know everything has been got. Now, the final thing we unlocked was fucking Kushi. Fuck you. Die, sir. Oh, I missed him anyway, but he still fucked off, so we're all good. We blasted this apart, revealing a Bamfordad, which is useless, and a Rumblestick Cavern, which is useful. Because, as you can see, there's no water in this one, so that means it's a staff magic upgrade. Essentially, if you were to get this when you next come here, then literally all you've got left to do by that point, you haven't got the next dungeon world to do, like all you've got left is 1 more Kurzoa Shrine and Ocean Force Point Temple. So like by that point, it's kind of a bit late in the game to be thinking about upgrades, whereas having this extra magic for the final dungeon world is incredibly useful, so it's definitely a worthwhile detour to come over here. But anyway, I'm going to call this very long episode there anyway, so thank you very much for watching this episode of Starfox Adventures. We have successfully gathered pretty much every fuel cell in the game now. There's about 10 left to go, but they're all at places that we will just come to naturally. So yeah, we've gathered all of them. We've gathered 6 cheat tokens. The final 2 cheat tokens, again, we will come across naturally, because they're actually just next to fuel cells. So yeah, next episode, we will be going to the volcano to return the Fire Spellstone at last, after this little detour. Thank you very much, and good day.